And I love these things. A little product placement here. I love these things. I love them. What the heck? My buddy Adam over at Art by Adrock called me the other day and said, "Hey, how'd you like to do a video with me?" And I said, "Sure, that would be, it's been a long time. It'd be a hoot." I said, "What are we going to do?" And he said, "Snack food." What? So I thought about it for, I don't know, all of half a second and said, "Oh, I could cast a Dorito." Not realizing how hard that would actually be. I had no idea how I would actually model it. Fortunately, somebody scanned one of these things, put it out on Thingiverse, and that's what I ended up printing. These things are actual size. They are really, really thin and very, very textured. Anyway, it was they were a little bit tough. They were a little bit tough, especially at the beginning. Had a couple failures. So if you're interested in pours, there are 4. I think there's 4 pours in this. 4 pours in this video. You ought to be real happy. Let's get started. All right, what to do? What to do? What to do? I guess just get started. I got to tell you right now, I have no clue how I'm going to do this. Actually, I do have a little bit of a clue, but it turns out that what I did here is like the absolute worst way to do this, probably, at least totally inefficient way of doing this, but it's what I did. It worked. And I think I'm going to actually do another video now on how to do this right, because it's not, I don't show it in here anywhere. Anyway, basically I've got these Doritos that I printed off of Thingiverse, and I'm just trying to figure out how in the world am I going to put them in here? How am I going to get them laid out? And I spent a ton of time trying to just get that figured out. All right, I figured out what I'm going to do. I am basically just going to ram up this box with my my runner and spin trap in it, and just make a flat surface. And even after all that time I spent up front, trying to figure out where to put these things, I still stood here forever trying to figure out how to lay these things out. There's just no flat edge. There's no good place to put them. Oh, and that darn fly. The fly drove me crazy the whole time I was out there. All right, I finally got it figured out, I think, and I'm going to just trace around them. Again, I'm not sure why I did all this work. It was extra work I didn't need to do. I traced around them, and then I dug out much larger, and I ended up, it's like, I'm not sure why I bothered tracing. Maybe it gave me an idea. I don't know. Maybe. So now the idea is I'm going to scrape that sand out of the centers there, and I'm just going to create a rough surface that I can put more sand back in, loose sand that I can press down in there, hopefully have it adhere to the sand that's already rammed up in the drag there, and stick. I had a lot of trouble getting it to stick. You'll see that later on when I start blowing this thing out. I kept having pieces break off. But anyway, that's what I'm doing here, creating a loose sand. And again, why did I blow it off? I have no idea. Why didn't I just leave it in there? This whole thing was an exercise of lunacy for me. So here's the loose sand. I'm just sifting some on. I'm riddling some sand onto the surface there, and hoping to get a mound of it built up that I can press these chips into. Got to figure out where my runner is. And I've already got I got this thing loaded up with parting compound in the hopes that it won't stick. And I'm just pressing it in now, trying to keep the sand from crushing off underneath it. So I'm kind of pressing on the sides as well to push it back up underneath there. And I had to spend a ton of time cleaning the sand around the edges too. It's just the whole thing. I mean, as I can say, this whole thing just seemed like it took forever, and I just did it in a horrible way. All right, we finally got it down, I think. Yeah, I think we have them down. God, this is just a comedy of errors. Why am I putting parting compound down now? Why don't I have the cope already on there? Why don't I have the spin trap in there? Why don't I have the sprue in already before I put this parting compound down? And we're finally filling this dumb thing up. As always, I go ahead and cut in my pouring basin. I always pour with a pouring basin. That's what I do. But I got to fix this tube. It just keeps breaking the sand out. Cut my little ridge. All right, now the fun begins again. Yeah, I've molded, you idiot, but try to get those parts out of there now. You're going to stand there with compressed air for 25 minutes trying to blow them out. See, what did I tell you? They don't come out of there. Now, why I didn't just flip the mold over, the drag over, and just drop them off, I don't know. Why didn't I just do that? Because I was in brain dead mode apparently when I made this whole thing. And I never seem to figure it out. I just keep throwing more air at it. Fine, I'll just flip it out of there. So now I'm gonna cut the world's largest vents here. Look at that. Unbelievable. It's like I'm cutting the Amazon River for these things. There's no call for that. No call for that at all. Yeah, just keep cutting them in there. Just keep adding them. What's 12 more going to hurt? And once again, I'm struggling now. How do I cut these gates from the runner to the part? And I cut this tiny little gate in here on both sides. It's ridiculous. Again, I don't know what I was thinking here. Tiny little gate. I don't know. Can you tell from the tone of my voice how this is going to go? It ain't going to go well. I can tell y'all. Spoiler. It ain't going to go well. All right, we'll get it closed up here and we'll pour some metal into it. There we go. It's a good looking pour. I will give myself that credit. It's a good looking pour. Nice smooth into the basin. Kept the sprue full the whole time. And it's done. Quick as that. There's a moment of truth. Let's see what we got going here. And when you know it, it doesn't look like it filled. Oh, it didn't. It didn't fill. Golly, well, I got my first 2 broken chips. We call it that. Every bag of chips has got broken chips in it. That tiny little gate had no chance. No chance at all. All right, so here I've done it again. I'm going to pour another set of leaves. I'm going to pour another set of chips. Another beautiful pour. Fingers are crossed, hoping that it will actually fill this time. I cut much wider gates this time. You'll see them here in just a sec. Oh, I forgot. I was talking to Adam at the same time, and I was trying to show him on my phone this mold open just to see we were going to see it together. Of course, I dropped the phone and I couldn't do it, but there it is, and I'm pretty darn excited because I see what looks like full chips poured. And I'm showing him with my phone right now. All right, let's see what we got. A little bit on the end there didn't fill. You can see my gate is much wider. It's not a lot deeper, I didn't go deep. I just went wider to get a little more volume in there. All right. I had 2 chips. I thought 2's not nearly enough, so we went ahead and molded up some more. Beautiful pour again. Now I got 4. Hopefully I got 4 chips now. And we're just going to need something to put them in, well, assuming these things come out. Open the box. There we go. And those worked wonderfully. They came out perfect. Look at that. Those are good-looking Doritos, if I do say so myself. Now I got a bag. I got chips. I got nothing to keep them in, so I went ahead and I went and bought this bowl at the thrift shop, and we're going to go ahead and cast us a bowl too. So you're not, just in case you're not aware. I mean, basically what we're going to do is we're going to cast this. We're casting it upside down. Well, when we turn it over, we'll fill the inside of the bowl full of sand, and all that sand, that core, will stay up in the cope. We'll see that here. Right there, you can see how I rammed it up that way. Now I'll put the cope on, and we'll start filling in the top. And you can sort of see right now the bowl is just starting to fill up with sand. We're just going to fill the whole thing full of sand. See, when we open this thing up, you'll see the basically what is a core up in that top half. You can see it sticking out there on the side. That's the core. That's the inside of the bowl. I pull the bowl out. We'll have a gap between that and the sand in the bottom and the drag that the metal will fill into. I got smarter with this one. I just turned it over and let the bowl come out instead of fighting it with air. There we go. We got a nice mold for the bowl. I got my basin backwards from what I normally do, but that's okay. We'll make it work. And I think this is another nice looking pour. Nice and close to the top of the cope. Not sure what the heck I'm doing over there. Nice close, nice. That wasn't so beautiful after all, but the sprue did stay full, so that's important. Open her up and see what we got. Looks good from that point of view, and it looks great from that point of view. We got it as a bowl. All right, here we go. We got a bowl. I got a couple of broken chips because you always have broken chips in the bottom of the bowl. This one's kind of broken. There's another one. There's another one. There's another one. I got a bowl full of Doritos. All right, well, there you go. I think they came out pretty darn good, if I do say myself. How do you do say so myself? That's how you say it. Adam, thanks for involving me. I appreciate it. It was a hoot. I had a lot of fun. I learned some stuff, and more can you ask for? So that's it. You guys have a great day.